Hi, good evening, and welcome back. We are at day 36. As part of day 35, one thing that I mentioned is I'm going to be adding a little bit of audio tracks to the game. So I didn't think I was going to be having as much fun as I did, and I may have gotten myself a little carried away, and so I spent a lot of my time just playing around making sounds. I mean, I may have taken the first go on many of these because I was just playing around, but anyways, I had a blast. So the other thing that I wanted to look at was how I can make sure that I have multiple audio streams coming in, and when I run one, it's not going to stop the next. But that we can have many running at once, and that everything's going to work out fine. So I landed on 10 different audio players at this time so they could run simultaneously, and I can manage those all within global state. And it was actually pretty easy from a logic standpoint. I took a look at what we had on the space shooter survival game, and for that one I only had one audio track. So whenever I was shooting off the beams, it was canceling out the previous, which I didn't really care too much for that happening, or did I really care to fix it at the time? No. Was so we're moving forward with what we have on that game. This game, I am working towards correcting it. Now, I have hard coded in 10 audio players. What I would love to have done is just having a template for an audio player, setting the maximum number of audio players, putting them into an array as I create the maximum number. So that sounds like a good modification if we find that this game gets to be quite a bit crazy, but we have that in the back of our mind now. And we have a template for what an audio player looks like now, and we can make adjustments for a bit in the future. So, anyways, keep that in mind. If you're wanting to do the same thing, effectively, if you look at the logic that's on the screen right now, I have a method on here called play sound effect. So anywhere within my logic, because this is a global script, I can call play sound effect and I look for the next available audio controller. That's all I do. And if they're all already playing a sound, then I'm just not going to play a sound, and that's probably okay for now. Maybe in the future, what I'll do is we will create more on demand. Kind of curious about what that would be like. If we have to instantiate a new one each time, is there going to be a delay for sounds? And then over time, as there's not as much demand, maybe they'll start tearing themselves down. So something similar to what we would be doing if we need to scale up for network traffic on a back-end application. Anyways, next I'm actually going to show you the game. So be warned, these sound effects and music are absolutely atrocious. I did not try my hardest on these, but I had so much fun. I let's just say I love the GarageBand app. So here we go. All right. So first things first, I added a little background music to the main menu just to make it, again, liven up a little bit. So now we just have something here that we can listen to. This is a loop, so if someone wants to sit on this menu for 14 hours, you can listen to 14 hours of me beatboxing, okay? Anyways, let's go ahead and move forward and look into the level, and let's listen to the sound effects on there. So there are 4 sound effects that I added. One is the enemy getting attacked, so shooting. The next one is the sound of them getting hit. The next is the sound of them getting destroyed. And then followed by that, the last sound effect that I added on there was the sound of them hitting the bass. And I actually haven't heard the bass for a little while, so I'm really excited to listen to it again for the first time with you. So let's... This is never going to get old. Anyways, let's go ahead and just restart. I'm going to go ahead and end game. All right, let's go here. Let's go ahead and skip planning. Godot has this nice little feature now where you can modify the speed right within the player. So I'm going to let it get to the end and see what happens. So here we go. Ready?
Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
All gone. All right, cool. That was entertaining for me, okay? I don't know about you. That was pretty entertaining for me. So what have we done? We have sound effects in there now when we're able to manage them through our game stream. We're able to get a maximum number of sound effects that we desire at the same time so that we're not overloading the user with sounds. Although all of these sounds in here are absolutely atrocious, they are getting the job done to help elevate the game to the next feeling, to actually give you a little more knowing that, well, there's some shots being fired, there are some enemies getting hit, there are enemies getting defeated, and your base is getting hit as well. So the only sound maybe that does need to be changed, made a little louder, is probably the enemy getting destroyed. Maybe. The other ones came out pretty clear to me. When you're shooting, there's a sound. When they get hit, there's a sound, and that sound doesn't happen if they don't get hit. Maybe the sound of getting hit needs to be a little more distinguishable as well as the destroy. So maybe we can find ways to tweak those a bit. But that's all about just sound effects. That's not really part of what I want to accomplish here, which is just getting that audio controller in. This really felt like a bit of a cheat day because it really was very minimum code. And again, I had a really fun time making those sound effects and that song. And I do plan on maybe looking at adding some more over time on this. I don't believe the sound effects stuff is done. And I believe there might be some more to sound effects that I can add to this. And I'm going to do a little more video watching and seeing if there's anything that kind of went under the radar. Maybe something that I should be adding that I did not. And if you have any feedback on that, please do let me know, whether if it's in the comments on YouTube or if you want to throw something up on LinkedIn. I would love to have that conversation and have something very directed that I can look into that might help out with this. So I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Again, it was a blast for me to make this, and I hope it was fun for you to watch as well. Enjoy your day, and thank you for joining me on this fantastic journey of 60 days of learning. Thank you.